know Steve and I talked about this week. We're going to do whatever we can to win that game. Whatever we think is best to put ourselves in a position to win that game. You know, whatever it may be. I mean, we onside kicked a million times against Amanda because we beat them pretty good early in the season. We felt like we needed momentum to kind of get them to say, you know, shucks. I mean, I think that we're doing whatever we can to win that game. You know, we didn't gamble at all against Alter last week till the very end. I don't even know that's a gamble. We got a really good offensive line, 5 seniors. Got a 3-year starter at quarterback. It's incredibly efficient. You got a tailback at I think he's probably pretty decent, and then you got Woodley and Zhang, who are pretty good blockers and runners as well. I think you'd be foolish to punt it away and you know, let's do this and that. You got really good players, and I think it makes the defense on the other side. I'm a defensive guy. I've not called one play all year, and I'm not going to start. I promise. But it makes the defensive guy. I don't really want to see those guys line up and, you know, man, I got to defend them for 4 downs. I'd like to get them into third and 4, and, you know, make them punt and all that kind of stuff. I promise you, I was happy when their punt team came out. When I'm going crazy on the sideline, I'm asking their punt team going in as their punt team because their explosive offense had a real great offense. So we're going to do the same thing. I think as many possessions as we can get is huge, right? Why do you onside kick? You know, there's an average of 8 possessions in a game. If they can get 7 or 6, that's probably pretty good. If we get 9, we probably got a chance of scoring more than not. So I think that's our philosophy. I mean, it's not going to be like we'll get this reputation of being wild and crazy and kooky, and next year we're onside every time and do that. I don't know. That's going to be the case. Maybe there'll be games where we need to, and maybe there's games where we won't. But we're just trying to win that game, if that makes sense. As simple as that sounds.
On that fake punt on 4th down, did you guys was it planned? Did you have no doubt you were going to go for it? Did you see something on there?
Listen, our philosophy on the punt, we punt a little bit different. We were all unbalanced and it's crazy and all this, and we have our quarterback be our punter because, again, same philosophy. I said we'd like that defense to stay on the field and wonder what's going to happen. And so he came off and said, I think we can get it. And I said, yeah, you better. If you get it, you better. But he's going to get it on the corner. The whole idea is him getting on the corner and then punting it. And he had a great punt down here, I thought, to put it this way, that was the same idea. And, you know, he was able to get it. But you can kind of see, you're running, I mean, it sounds like we're super coach and super team and all that, but we're running to the sticks. He's able to see where the sticks are. He's able to, I don't know that it's quite as crazy. If somebody would have been close to him, he would have just rugby kicked it. You know, I mean, so he would have done. So he made a terrific play, and he had a lot of confidence. He's a very confident young man as well.
Really, we just kind of stuck with what we do. Run the ball a lot, and then come off with a play action or 2 when we need it. And it worked well for us. Receivers caught, lineman blocked, and got some yards after the catch from Jawan, and just great performance by everybody, really.
It's called Buck Sweep, and I got a great block from Jawan Woodley, who set the edge for me, and I was able to just run up the sideline. And then the face mask was just a bonus for me.
Hats off to Chagrin Falls. Nobody has faced the adversity and come as far as they did than them. I mean, they've, you know, it's well deserved how well coached they are, and the job they do, and how hard their kids play. And they got a lot of kids that can do a lot of things. They got a lot of kids that can play. I can't believe we love 33, and we spend a lot of time on him, but gosh, there were about 7 kids. I couldn't recognize the difference between any of them. They were often good.
Brad, talk about the way you finished the game, because as you said, it'd be a back and forth game. You started fast, 20-0, you cut it to 20-13. Last 14 minutes, you dominated the game. Just talk about that.
Well, I mean, imagine. I thought the onside kick was big. I thought we had the big run by Omar. Onside kick. Refresh my memory. I think that's the way the sequence went, right? We had the big run by Omar. We scored. Onside kick. I mean, I mean, I'm 36 years old. I know I would start to think, oh shucks, you know, if somebody had that little snowball rolling. That's what we're trying to do. So I thought once we got the snowball rolling, I think for anybody, any teenager, anybody that's invested so much in the game, I think it's tough to. We talk mental toughness, and our kids are extremely tough mentally. There's no question about that. But the same token, you know, that's a lot of ball momentum we're throwing at teams. So I thought the way our offensive line took control, I thought it was indicative of how they've done all year. You know, I mean, shoot, they took control against Kettering Alter and Ironton and Amanda. I mean, those are awful good football teams. I mean, that's. You know, there's nothing like the Ohio High School football playoffs where you're playing 5 heavyweights back to back to back to back to back. I mean, it's the greatest system known to man. I've never heard Noah, and I would say I feel like I know him very well, and I've never ever heard him say, "I did this, I was able to do this, I was able to do that." He always, deflects any kind of praise, and you know, I've not seen him get down on criticism either. I mean, he's happy to do that, and it takes everybody. We've had really good players here before, you know, but he was a really good player on an outstanding football team.